Okay, so this is multiplication property of equality, example 2. So this time we're going to look and see, we have x minus 4, but this time we only have 1/3 of it, okay? So let's see, what might that look like? So, well, that would be half, but we only have 1/3. So yeah, let's say about that much is 1/3. Okay, you have to kind of believe me on that one. And then we'll just say, yeah, like about the same, right? About 1/3. We'll say that is 1/3. Okay, so then this is what we have here. 1/3 of x minus 4 equal to 2. And since I have 1/3, I need 1/3 plus 1/3 plus 1/3 to come together and give me 1 whole. So what I want here, and let me show you, we're going to do our multiplication. So I have 1/3, and I need another third and another third to make 1 whole. So I need to multiply by 3 to get a whole. And if I multiply this side by 3, guess what? I have to multiply this side by 3. Okay, so what does that look like? Okay, that's what it looks like there. So I have 1/3, 1/3, and 1/3, and then 2, 2, and 2. So that's 3 times all of this is equal to 2 times 3. And then we can simplify that. And when I multiply this times this, I'm just going to be left with that x minus 4. You know what? Let me show you what that looks like over in the tiles, and then I'll put it in on this side, okay? There you go. We put all 3 pieces together, and I had 1 complete x. And I put all 3 pieces here together of these, and so now I have my squares are complete, so I have -4. So I'm going to call this, so I mean, this is really what we're left with here. Are we done? No, it's not done, because I still have this x and I still have these. I still need to get rid of these and all that stuff. But I wanted to show you, that's the multiplication property. When you have part of an x, you want to use a multiplication to give you the whole thing. Okay? All right. Now let's see. I don't remember what our next example is. Oh, yes. This one is very interesting. Okay. So on this one here, instead of multiplying, I'm not going to start off with 1/3. I'm going to start off with 2/3. Yeah? So I have 2/3, and I'm going to multiply it by 3, 2/3, 2/3, and 2/3. Well, if I take, of those two, I take 1, and then I take another one, and I take another one from here. That's going to give me that 1 whole, the 3/3. That's 1 right there. Okay? And then I take these, and that's going to make a whole other whole. So 1/3, and let me do that again. So this 1/3 plus 1/3 plus 1/3 gives me 1 whole. And then the other third plus another third plus another third gives me the second whole. So 3 times 2/3 is going to give me, guess what? 2. Okay? Let's look and see what our next problem looks like. Okay, so I'm not going to do the tiles for this because it would just be really complicated. I mean, you know, Look at this mess I have here, right? So what is going to happen is I am going to take this side and I'm going to multiply both sides by 3. And that's because this was divided into thirds, kind of like these were divided into thirds. That's why I'm going to multiply by 3. So I'm going to put 3 times all of that, and then 2 times 3 on that side. When I do that, I'm going to end up with, don't look. I'm going to cheat a little bit on my, so I don't have to type as much. Ta-da! I end up with 2 of these, just like this happened over here, right? Because if I had 1/3 here, I would end up with 1, but then I have this extra third, and that's how I get 2. If that doesn't work for you, just realize another way to look at this is 3 times 2/3. Let me show you over here. So you could put 1 here, and then 3 times 2, you multiply across, that's 6. 1 times 3, that's 3. 6 divided by 3 is, you got it, 2. So I'm going to multiply this like I did over here, 3 times 2/3, and that's going to give me 2, and then 2 times 3, and that's the simplify. And yes, we still have more work to do there, but that's the multiplication property. That's another way to use it.